Women go out in these great huge steel-hulled trawlers in conditions that are, well, you don't see me out there, but we're going to go out and do that sometime. In any case, we're going to get some of this Dover sole, go right back to the kitchen, and we're going to prepare it in a really fun way, an easy way, a light, crisp sesame seed crust, absolutely seafood to die for. Trust me, you're going to call me and thank me. Wonderful stuff. Hey everybody, we've just returned from Warrenton, Oregon, where we watched all sorts of wonderful things going on at a big processing facility on the Skipanon River. They were unloading all kinds of wonderful trawl fish like this absolutely beautiful Dover sole. And today we're going to prepare this in kind of an old-fashioned way with a little bit new wrinkle. We're going to bread it. And a typical breading is something like cornmeal or cracker meal. Use your imagination, get a little inventive. Look at some of the things we've come up with. We have some ground up pretzels. All of these, by the way, we simply put in the food processor and pulsed them until they were in little tiny pieces. This is panko. Panko is an Asian style of breading. It gives a really crisp flavor. It's available at all of your local seafood markets, grocery stores, etc. It's a little on the spendy side, but it's really, really good. And these, believe it or not, are the sour cream and onion potato chips that we put in the food processor, some plain old ground up saltine crackers that are a favorite of mine, sesame seeds, and this is really something, top ramen noodles. Taking the top ramen noodles and gotten rid of the little thing that they call a flavor packet. I understand that stuff is really good for killing dandelions. But in any case, we put it in the food processor, pulsed it several times, and it breaks up like this. And these are Oregon hazelnuts that you can buy dry roasted, already chopped. The breading process is super simple. We're going to take the filet and dredge it in seasoned flour. We put a little salt and a little pepper in the flour, or you can sprinkle in a little bit of lemon pepper. This is a mixture of egg and white vermouth. And from the egg and the white vermouth, we've gone over to what we've chosen for today, a combination, sesame seeds and cracker crumbs. We're just going to sprinkle the filet with the crumbs, like so, turn it over. And the secret now is to allow this to rest for at least a minute or two before we put it in the pan. That will kind of weld the sesame seeds and the crackers to the filet, and they won't all end up in the pan. We're going to saute these, and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, these fillets are really thin and delicate, so its cooking time is really, really reduced. And by the way, that is the absolute perfect color, and that was on the first side over medium-high heat for about 2.5 to 3 minutes. And I'm using two spats, by the way. Two spats works really, really great because when you turn the fish, it doesn't splash into the grease, throwing hot grease all over the place, all over you and all over the wall. Two spats is a pretty good trick. We're going to let this cook about another minute and a half on this side. And then we're going to take it out, and I'm going to make for you a Northwest rendition of a New Orleans tradition. I'm going to make you a po' boy fish sandwich that's going to knock your socks off. Okay, here we have the almost finished product, Oregon Dover sole with a really light, crispy sesame seed crust. We've got some grilled ciabatta, we've got some pesto mayonnaise, tomatoes, shredded lettuce, and in the form of attitude, we're going to put on a little bit of Cajun's Choice Creole seasoning. We're going to first put this pesto mayonnaise, and by the way, pesto mayonnaise is just that, mayonnaise with pesto. Of course, you're welcome to make your own pesto, but it's real simple to just stop by your local grocery store, go to the deli department, and pick up some pesto, add the mayonnaise, and you're good to go. And yes, you can use the light mayonnaise. I prefer Best Foods, but that's okay. Okay, once we have that on, we're going to add a little bit of shredded lettuce. And by the way, when you're in New Orleans and you get a po' boy sandwich, when you put the lettuce and the tomatoes, etc. on it, it's called dressed, formally dressed. Okay, we've got a nice piece of this sole. I'm going to set that on top of the lettuce. Add a little bit of our Creole seasoning, like so. And fresh from my neighbor Larry Clark's garden, some beautiful, big, ripe beefsteak tomatoes. And the top goes on, and we're going to take a nice sharp serrated knife and cut it. We can serve this with just about anything we like, a small salad, some fresh fruit,